Here's how an LMHC who loves to write uses psychology to write better characters. Today we're discussing DARVO. DARVO is an acronym to help explain a cycle of behavior that is often associated with narcissism, but it can also be associated with pretty much any power dynamic situation that involves an oppressor and a victim, whether that's on an individual level or a systemic level. We're going to break down exactly what this looks like, and then we're going to talk about how you can use it to help make your antagonists in your story have more of an emotional punch for your readers. All right, we're going to pretend that Farmer Ben here stole Betty's lunch. These are my kids' toys, it's what I have to work with. So Betty approaches Farmer Ben and says, "Hey, you took my lunch, let me have it back." The D in DARVO stands for deny. So first thing that Farmer Ben is going to do is deny he took the lunch. What are you talking about? This is my lunch. Or he's going to deny the impact. He's going to say, "Doesn't matter if I took your lunch because I'm hungrier and I need it more than you." Okay, next step is A for attack, and he's going to attack her basically and how she's feeling. He's going to say things like, "Why are you so upset about this? It's just a lunch. It's a couple dollars. You're being so unreasonable. You're being so dramatic." And then RVO stands for reverse victim and offender. He's going to turn this whole thing around back on Betty and make himself the victim of the situation. "You're always accusing me of things I didn't do. You're always saying I'm untrustworthy. It's not fair for you to treat me this way." So once you portray this dynamic, a lot of your readers, whether they're familiar with DARVO or not, they are familiar with this pattern of behavior because it's so pervasive in power imbalances. It's going to have a real emotional impact on them. And I think we just demonstrated with our example how you can use it in one-on-one individual situations. If you're writing a story that has a bully dynamic or an unhealthy relationship. Kat, do you mind? But let's say your story is less about like personal drama or personal character, and it's more of a high stakes setting. Either you've got a high fantasy villain trying to conquer the earth, or you've got pretty much any dynamic where your antagonist is not in a one-on-one interaction. I'm going to demonstrate how you can still use DARVO. Let's say my world-conquering villain is trying to wipe out magic users. That's a pretty solid, familiar fantasy plot. First step, deny. "I'm not wiping out civilians. What are you talking about?" Next step, attack. Let's talk about how those magic users are really unreasonable. Let's talk about how they're constantly emotional and causing things to explode. Reverse victim and offender. Magic users are really the powerful ones. I'm just trying to defend myself and other, vulnerable non-magic users. So use DARVO to add emotions to your villain characters.